Hello, you lovely ensemble of people. Raphael Bennett here. We're going to be a little bit shorter than usual this week. If you didn't know, my laptop exploded, so that kind of bottlenecked all the work that we do. But I think we're doing something pretty cool here. This is our first themed shotgun critique. We're doing some spooky games. Enjoy! There are a great many preteen texts that are universally beloved, and just as many that are widely adored for their camp. But aside from these runaway successes, it's a pretty difficult category of fiction to wield. Indicative of this adolescent nature, Whispering Willows is trope-heavy. In terms of play and narrative, the game just isn't very nuanced. It has the substance of a Goosebumps novel. The result is a game that feels like a series of half-steps. As you play through Whispering Willows, you'll meet plenty of morbidly depicted ghosts. And these ghosts often learn important life lessons or tell jokes. Another example is the game's central mechanic that lets you astrally project yourself into a spirit form. Most of the puzzles involving this technique, however, are solved by finding a crack in the wall and then moving through it. There's a lot of intrigue in Whispering Willows, but it never pans out in sophisticated ways. Despite having an effective visual style, Whispering Willows is a very slow and short adventure game that never develops beyond its cliches. The life of a crash-landed astronaut, concussed on impact, is now in the hands of their onboard AI, who's controlling the spacesuit holding their body. The fall manages to capture a sense of stillness in its ambience, which is coupled with religious symbolism and a dystopian setting. And the game's plot is enforced by these background characteristics. It uses them to enforce its theme of ethical paradoxes. As the onboard AI searches for life, there's an undercurrent of questions about consciousness, something typical of the sci-fi genre. Unfortunately, the plot ends a bit abruptly to set up a sequel, but the quest itself is nonetheless interesting to see through. And the false puzzles are quite clever and fun to work through, which makes it all the more disappointing that the game is guilty of an archaic adventure faux pas: pixel searching. Eureka moments tend to fall flat when your solutions turn up after countless attempts to locate the machinations of your solution, which is a shame given the quality of the rest of the game. Yearwalk is scary. The sound design is impeccable, and the rest of the production is fabulous at keeping you focused long enough for your mind to start drawing horrific conclusions. By staying entrenched in the abstract, its brand of psychological horror is as symbolic or simply terrifying as you're willing to make it. Where Yearwalk truly shines, however, is in its platform-specific design. Yearwalk takes an impressive stab at making simple but robust controls for a mobile adventure. Most importantly, it manages to use your input method to create puzzles wholly unique to touchscreens. Not only is this profoundly cool, but it creates a renewed feeling of difficulty because of how unique Yearwalk's puzzles can be in contrast to other puzzles in games. Thank you all so much for listening. We are a self-funded website, so if you could spare a couple bucks in tip or donation, we would truly appreciate that. And if not, that's fine too. You can also just share this link with someone else, and that helps spread the word that we exist. Thanks again, and keep talking about games. They're the best.